how stereotypical these people are.
God, that was close. That bug right in your face.
Single player couldn't drive revenue. Look at Spider-Man 2 costs and performance, and see the interview with Matthew Ball and Christopher Dring from today. Don't get mad at Sony for doing the rational thing and placing bets on the more profitable potential output. If you know that single-player games are losers, you're better off attempting the live service route, even if 9 out of 10 don't make it. This is just rational business decision-making. Oh my God, this guy's an idiot. On his way out, detaching from reality, he responded to a few comments.
I don't know. Let's do some just some basic math here really quick. We'll look at, what was it? Concord. How much went into developing that? Cost of Concord. We'll split that, and we're going to say 300 million. We're just going to use the AI because I don't want to go too deep into this. And then the cost of... So we're just going to do 300. And then the cost of... Death Stranding 2. To make. I'm just hoping that Death Stranding 2 to make. I'm sure there's some idea of how much it costs to make that game. Global isolation caused by... Okay, that's not... Oh, not cause. Approximately 100 million. Okay, so you make one. So it costs 200 million more to make that live service game, basically. That, can I? Okay, hold on, clear. So let's actually go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's 200 million. If you, let's see here, divide, let's say that they're selling them 60 a pop still. So you need this much repeating. Actually, hold on. I have Epic. Let's look that up because I'm buying it as well. But you need to only sell you need to be selling about 3.4 million copies to be making a profit. How many copies is of Death Stranding 2 sold? 1.4 million. Sold an estimated 1.3 million by the end of June 25th. That's in the first month of its release. Now, I don't have a PlayStation, so I have to hold out a year before it'll come out. So that means it's probably made as like the people who've been sitting there waiting for it. Okay, we're finally back from ads. Sorry about that, everyone. I always stop the stream when we're dealing with ads, just so that when you guys don't miss anything, because I don't want you to subscribe and stuff like that. Okay, they're only talking about this at release. I guarantee you, it continued to sell. It continues to sell even to this day. It really does. And with it coming out here shortly this month, it's going to sell more. Let's say, that it sells another 1.4 already on top of this as for computers. We can probably double that number of 1.4 million copies since release. Okay, so we're already at 2.8 million. And then we add another, that's 4.2 million copies sold for it. Even though it's flopped, you have made a profit on this game. Like, at least it's moving forward. Like, I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid in my opinion. Now, yes, this game probably flopped, it was because it didn't sell as well. A lot of people didn't like the first one, but because it was just like, oh, it's just a walking around simulator. Oh, I enjoyed it so much. I loved that game. But yeah, I don't know. I also like a lot of stuff that comes out of the mind of what's his name? I love the atmosphere of both. Exactly. It's the atmosphere of the game. There's a reason why my future game folder is titled what's his name? Oh God. It's not Konami. Konami is the company that he worked for. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. He made Metal Gear Solid. How? Creator of Metal Gear Solid. Hideo Kojima. And God. Oh no, not Norman Reedus. Kojima. I am a big fan of all of Kojima's worlds. Am I saying his name right? Am I did I reverse his name? His last name's Kojima, right? Or is his first name Kojima? I always forget. But he makes wild games and stuff like that. I'm just gonna say Hideo Kojima in case I'm using the wrong name. And Norman Reedus is a great actor, though. I like him in a lot of stuff. But this is my cup of tea personally, so it's all about that weird for me.
Comments doubling down on his position. JorRaptor saying that plays.
Oh, but anyways, back to the whole point, of money is that you've spent approximately 100 million to develop that. You need to sell about 3 million copies, 3.4 million copies to make a profit. You made a profit, especially once it comes out here on March 19th, and you probably are going to sell another 1.4 million because there's plenty of us weird computer freaks who want to play it, who have been chomping at the bit to play it. And you're probably going to get close to 4.2 million copies sold over all of that point. Is that a massive, uppage in money? No. Did you make money? Yes. That's what's important. As long as you made money on it. It should not be about making record-breaking profits every single game, because it's just like the movie. You can't be trying to make record-breaking profits every single movie And then when things go, any entertainment, you really can't. It's the same thing with art. And I really feel like this stuff needs to change, is that we need to stop aiming for record-breaking profits with everything. Because if we keep doing that, we're not going to allow these artistic communities to shine and continue forward. And I always talked about this with in the movie industry as well. When I was a producer, I got into arguments about this. This was a big thing where I got into arguments about it, was like the Monster Hunter movie that Hollywood made. The reason you make that movie with that title, okay, is to get the fans' butts in seats. When you then go changing lore and doing all this other stupid stuff that like completely diverges from that point, you just get trash. Because it's like, oh, well, there will be people who don't understand anything and will be coming in. Cool. They can go look up a wiki. They can ask their friend who knows a lot about this stuff. Don't go changing the story for any reason, because what's going to happen is then it just sucks, and then everyone's just going to be mad at you. And that's not going to work out for you. It really isn't. It drives me crazy to see that kind of stuff. And my producer above me was like, no. It's because people won't understand. And then that's when we get like the Ghost in the Shell crap and all these other things. Not even talking about actors and all these other things of weird choices of like Angelina Jolie and stuff like that. Is like, you bought the rights to that to make the to get the fans money. You then spat in the fans' face, and then no one still liked it. And then it's like, oh, well, it's all the fans' fault. And it's like, how is it the fans' fault? You can't walk up and slap somebody and then, oh, they threw hands back at me. Like, you slapped them.
PlayStation single-player games are huge, and that they are letting a soccer team play basketball, and it's clearly not working.
Soccer team play basketball, yeah.
Live service studios. Mavic responded, the problem is these single-player games are just not the revenue drivers they need. Most of them just subsidize their Fortnite revenue. He responded to another player listing failures and closures with, all huge bets, all huge losses, yet single-player business basically seems to subsidize Fortnite, and they still have to pay the majority of that Fortnite revenue to Epic. Another commenter said that his view of things were oversimplistic, and he responded, if you know that single-player games lose money, why make single-player games? I regret to inform you guys that these are the people that are often steering the industry. These are the guys that are sitting in roles that decide what gets funded, what gets killed, and what the future looks like. And it's all being framed around potential profit,
aim to break even,
the brand, the reputation, or the players. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I have joked for years about these people being Fortnite-obsessed bots who do not understand how any of this stuff actually works, and I feel like I imagined this guy into existence. This is actually crazy to me. All of the comments that are pushing back on him are absolutely right. This is trying to squeeze orange juice from an apple. PlayStation is not built for live service. They don't have the teams for it. It doesn't fit their identity, and it's not what their audiences want from them. But then you get people like this who will say that losing 9 out of 10 bets is the rational business decision because single-player games isn't the revenue driver they need. The one thing a conversation like this